Thanks for your patience. So anyways, we're just going to pretend we're going to start again. Hi, I'm Jean Leggett. I'm from One More Story Games, and this is the talented Megan Ann, who is joining us this afternoon to share a little bit about the process of her songwriting for a special song for the Lily Bard project. And I'm pretty excited about it. I'm pretty excited to have you talk about the process of it. And so tell us a little bit about you. Like, how long have you been singing? And what is this newfangled thing that you have here? Tell us, entertain us.
Well, hi. So God, I don't even know where to start now. You asked me like 3 questions.
That's true. That's true. I do that.
So this is a ukulele. His name is Pinocchio.
Oh.
He's a wooden boy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I never really understood people naming their instruments until I got this one, and it was just so clear to me. But this is a ukulele. I get people asking me, what's with your tiny guitar? So it's 2 less strings, which makes it like half as easy to play.
And portable.
It's so portable. It's great. I love it. For me, I've been performing in and around the Barrie area for like 5 or 6 years now. Writing a lot of my own original music. I have an EP ready to go. It'll be out sometime in 2018.
Okay. We'll definitely be sharing the link for the album when that comes out.
Cool.
We'll give you a little extra love.
Nice.
A lot of extra love.
Yay.
Everybody's Misty, you're going to buy the album, right? You're going to buy the album.
Thanks, Misty. The real MVP.
Hey, listen, Misty is there for all of our live broadcasts. She's like our super number 1 fan.
That's awesome.
Yes. So, yeah.
Cool.
So Pinocchio, how long have you had Pinocchio?
Gosh, maybe like 3.5, 4-ish years now.
Is this a Fender on it?
It's a Fender uke. It's got the Fender like headstock.
What? Wow.
Yeah. Because when I first got one, it was like a little cheap one, and so it would go to tune a lot. So I was like, I might as well splurge because I gig with it a lot. I'll be playing this for like 3 hours at a time. So I wanted it to
an investment.
Be strong. Yeah.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
Well, I am so we actually did a Facebook live video with my phone while Blair was fixing the computer. So thanks, honey. Best husband ever. And so we did do sort of like a banter, but I'm not merging the 2 videos. So we're just going to banter again. So if you've heard it, then you're bantering again. So for those of you who have been following the project of Lily Bard, we decided that it would be really kind of cool to have an outgoing song when you finish the game, sort of encapsulates your player experience and the emotional experience of being on Lily's journey with her. And I was thinking, it'd be really great to find a singer-songwriter that was Canadian and female. It was like, we're trying to pack this thing with as much female talent as we can.
Yeah.
And like Hazel Turnbull is our composer. She's done a really great job of getting the ambiance of Shakespeare. And I put on Twitter, I was like looking for female songwriters, and tons of people, like 60,000 people saw the tweet, and it was getting shared out a lot. But what's really cool is your aunt is actually one of my really good friends.
Yeah.
And I had heard you saying, I was like, maybe I should check out Megan. Like literally, how long did it take you to drive here?
Like 10 minutes. 10 minutes from my home to this office.
Yeah. So like that, I think that's the really amazing thing is that Barrie is both home for us. And so when I reached out to you, what did you think? What did you think?
Gosh. Well, I love songwriting so much. Like performance is great, but songwriting I like have a real passion for. And I've been looking more, everything I've written thus far has been for me to sing. So to have, I've been looking more into writing for other people and other projects. So to have this fall into my lap at the exact time that I wanted to do that was awesome. And then, I saw the name Charlaine Harris attached to it, and I was like, oh, I want that job.
I have to say, I don't remember how long it took you to write this, but we have like online, you can find the equivalent of like the Coles notes for abbreviating pretty much anything. And Blair had found a study guide for Lily Bard. So instead of having you read the whole novel to get a sense of what we were looking for, I gave you the study guide. I want to say it was like a handful of hours before you came back and you're like, well, here's my rough cut of this song.
I remember the timeline. Do you want to hear the timeline?
Yes,
I remember.
Yes.
So what happened was you reached out to me via Facebook message, and then we had a phone conversation that night. And then you sent me the what you're talking about, the story notes. And so the next day I read it. I took a bunch of notes about phrases and things that had jumped out at me. and things that I wanted to incorporate in it, and trying to get a sense of, knowing it was going to be the end credit song where the game was going to be at the end. So then, I did that for, a few hours, and then I did a little terrible recording, and it was like, what do you think?
You know what? I was pretty impressed because not only did you do your terrible recording, I shared it in our Slack channel for our game developers because you did it, I think, both on the ukulele and the piano.
Yeah, I didn't know what you wanted. I was like, here you go. Tell me what to do.
And I popped that into the Slack channel. We're all listening to it, and we're like, whoa. Oh, look at that.
Oh, hi, Sandra. I love
hi,
you
Sandra.
so
nice
much.
to meet you. You're her biggest fan. Okay, I think you're gonna have to like duke it out with Misty now.
Like a pop quiz. Who knows me best?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we could. What is your favorite color?
Gosh. Oh, Sandra versus Megan Barnes.
Yeah. Oh, are they your mega fans?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're very close.
That's nice.
Yeah,
it's really nice to have mega fans, and do you know what it is? It's nice to have people who champion your work, because those will get you through your low days.
Yeah.
And you can like store up that good stuff for when you're on your high and your low. But no, I mean, honestly, when we listened to your song, we were just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I stopped listening to other people's demo tracks.
That's so sweet.
Oh yeah.
Well, because you had said to me, that you were looking for something that had a lot of heart, but was uplifting at the same time. And I was like, I don't have that, so I will write that. So
I look forward to, later this summer, for those of you who are waiting for the game to come out, thank you so much for waiting patiently. We're working on the game, and I have to say, like, the art that's been coming in the last couple of weeks has been, especially for me, very provocative and emotional and beautiful. And yeah, we want to make sure that we hit the right notes with the narrative of the game, because that's really important to us to get this right. So thank you so much for being patient about the game itself. And we're going to start to show some more of the art so you guys can get a little bit more feel for the world. And the playable demo is coming in August. I hope, I pray. And mostly, again, we want to make sure that we hit this right so that you can all appreciate what we've done with the novel. Yeah. But and then we're going to get you into a studio and we're going to record it. I have a feeling there's going to be a music video with it, because I think people are going to want to listen to it over and over and over again.
I hope so. That's always the goal.
And I mean, the really cool thing about, that I've been doing a lot of PR and interviews, and there's lots of really cool interviews that are coming out by some pretty impressive newspapers and magazines over the next little while. There's a lot of interest in this story.
Yeah.
In the story of Lily. Do you mind if we just chat about that for just a few seconds?
Yeah, this is your live chat. I'm just here.
See, Misty says she's patient. See, nice. Bonus stars for Misty.
Oh, Megan won the color war.
Oh, there you go. Sandra, I don't know. You lost there.
Anyways, that's so irrelevant. I'm sorry. Okay, so
it's okay. So this whole idea of, we've been talking about this. So Lily Bard, the novel, the first time you read through it, you're like, wow, okay, this is a story about a woman who was abducted. She was abused and physically assaulted, but also like physically mutilated by the people who had captured her. And that's what you tend to focus on. But there's so much more deeper stuff that's happening in the novel. And it's really a bigger part of what we need to be talking about in our culture is like slut shaming is in the novel, but we don't ever think about it because we're so focused on Lily.
Yeah.
But it's how other characters treat the other women in the novel. There's some disturbing power imbalances between men and women in the novel.
Yeah.
So it's the more and more we read it and discuss it here, the more we realize how complex the pieces are of the story, which is really quite amazing. So Charlaine, I can't thank you enough for the gift that you have given us as a studio to get your story right and to be able to share this. So yeah. So Sandra's very excited that she won.
I think they're like arguing back and forth. They're talking about such like a deep, serious thing, and they're just like,
"That's right, I won."
But anytime topics that are heavy like that come up, it's hard to know how to discuss it and how to raise awareness. So the fact that One More Story Games has been really, really careful and making sure that everything's being approached from a good perspective is great.
Yeah.
And it's a good project to be a part of, knowing that that's what's going on behind the scenes, and we're all making sure that we're being very respectful of
We
the
are.
topics.
And, I just had a media interview earlier this week, which was an email interview. And they were saying, so you're dealing with some pretty heavy topics. How are you going about it? And we actually have people who are helping us in the development process who are crisis counselors to make sure that we're hitting all of the right notes.
Yeah.
And that's a really big piece of it for us, is making sure that people experience the anxiety and the tension that Lily experiences, but not putting them in the seat of the actual violence that is happening. Because I don't think that people need to go through violence in order to experience and empathize what it's like for someone else.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you saw some of the art just as you popped in.
Yeah, I came in and Harrison was working away, and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks incredible.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
Yeah. I have been trying to ask Harrison if he'll let us have a sneak peek of that particular art piece. So it is for one of the later chapters where Lily is, I don't know about you, but it kind of gives me goosebumps when I think about it. And it's a woman, it's Lily, and she's sitting there on the chair, and she's in despair, and she's surrounded by her emotional demons. And what I love about that particular art piece is that it's universal. It doesn't have to be about Lily. We all have our emotional demons that we're processing and that we're working through.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think that's why we're not so focused on the sexual assault piece of it. It's somebody that's coming through and dealing with their emotional demons from many forms of abuse.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of like a heavy topic, which is why I really loved your song, because it was taking this heaviness and bringing it into the light and making it a beautiful, uplifting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
So what is, we're going to get to the song soon, because I know people are super excited to hear it. And that's the whole purpose of having you come in. And thank you, by the way. But what would you like to see happen with this song and with this project? What would it mean for you?
I mean, I just want people to associate it with the game. I wrote it with Lily's story in mind. And when I was reading the chapter notes, a lot of it was saying, towards the end, that she had found peace and she decided to stay in the town, and she had found this new home and everything. So that's kind of the impression that I wanted to leave people with of, trauma is obviously difficult to get to, but it's worth it to see it through to the end and find, your peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, we do talk about it occasionally on the Lily Bard Facebook page. If you are struggling and you need some help, that there are some resources out there for people who've experienced sexual abuse and sexual violence. And we encourage you to get the help that you need.
Yeah.
Because everybody's at a different stage of their emotional journey. And I hope that people who play the game also go on to read the entire series, because you see that arc and that progression. I've read the novel so many times now, and just even recently reading it again, there's a moment where, spoiler alert, one of the creepy dudes, Norval, attacks her because he's mad that she showed him up on something. And so, and he has an alcohol problem as well. So he shows up and he tries to attack her, and she breaks his nose, and she kicks him down pretty well. I was gonna have to be bleeped in right there. So she kicks him to goodly. Yeah, she kicks him well. And the next day, everybody in town knows about it, because Shakespeare is small.
Yeah.
And she's at her karate studio with other students. And another woman says to her, "Was it worth it? Did you freeze? I was always worried I would freeze." And it's that moment where Lily realizes Janet has also been a victim of sexual assault.
Yeah.
And so, again, it's the nuances of you look for the layers of what Charlaine has put in there. And it's really quite amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I want for people to feel like they may have a sense of peace. They may find that safe place that feels like home to them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
It's a really powerful story, and I am very, honored to get to be part of it. So thanks, Jean.
All right. Well, let us get on with the musical portion of our chat. Thank you so much for hanging in there and for putting up with all the technical difficulty. I can't even speak. Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties, and I will try not to break things again too much in the future. All right, Megan, I'm going to just scoot over slightly more, and you get a little bit more.
Okay, so this is Peace by me. Okay. I am just pieces, I'm never all at once. And when I try to force it, well, that's when I run. And I don't know the last time I was reckless, but I know how to pull myself apart. And when the sun rises, where will we start? But I think this time I'll stay. A new life, a new place, with nothing in my way. And I don't know what to count. But for the first time, I don't want to run. This feels like peace. This feels like peace to me. I am no one's daydream. I am no one's midnight. Just a day to pretend like my nights aren't spent away. But I think that the risk makes this beautiful, like a flower. Pick me now, I won't go. And when the sun rises, where will our shadows go? I think this time I'll stay. A new life, a new place, with nothing in my way. And I don't know what to go. But for the first time, I don't want to run. This feels like peace. This feels like peace to me. This feels like peace. This feels like peace to me.
Blair's in the other room. He would be clapping too. We actually did a rehearsal of the song earlier, and while Harrison was here. So
yeah, and they did a cute little clap after.
Well, it's a beautiful song.
Thank you. I wanted to capture Lily's story. I really wanted to do her story justice. So when you guys got back to me that you felt that the song did that, and then when I heard that Charlaine liked the song as well, it's great to know that you guys feel like it captures the story, because
she sent you a little heart emoji.
Yeah, I posted something about meeting her, and she had said that she liked the song, and there was a heart emoji, and my heart melted at the heart emoji.
You should print that and put it
on a vision board.
That's right.
For sure. Right. On the hard days, just be like, well, Charlaine Harris.
That's right. I would love to. Amazing voice. It's perfect. Isn't it, Misty? Yes.
Thank you, Misty.
Yes. And Sandra, of course, is clapping. See, you got more claps. There you go.
Thanks, Sandra.
Thank you, Abla Bachara and Athena, for joining us, and everybody else who's not leaving comments, but I know you're watching, so thank you very much. So what's next for you? I mean, do you want to do some more singer-songwriting for other people, for film, for games?
Yeah, I'm very much, and I feel like you have to be as a creative. Whatever wants my music, I will work with, but I'm super into performance. I have a lot of just gigs coming up in and around Barrie, and then for songwriting, my EP out sometime in 2018.
That's right.
And then I'm going back to school for a year at a program at Seneca that's all like business and production. So I've been setting up co-writes with whoever else wants to work on songwriting with other people. So yeah, just this and that.
And where can people find you?
Everything is online at meganannmusic.com. It is MEGANANNE music.com. So
wait, I'll even write that.
Spell it wrong. Perfect.
Well, and it's funny, people. I can't even type right.
I was gonna be like, and you're already ANNE music.com. Thank you. Yeah, everything is on there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so we want to do a really clean recording of this song so that you can go and support Megan as an artist and buy that song and get excited about the project and listen to it over and over again, because I think that, I don't know, there's there's a beautiful simplicity in the message.
Yeah.
And the idea of finding peace and finding home.
Mm-hmm.
And so thank you all for joining us and for all of your patience. For all of your patience. I will try not to break things next time. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks again, Megan, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And yeah, stay tuned. Thanks for being engaged, guys. Cheers. Bye.